Hello everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Activities. Dashna here, and this video is related to the examination topic. So how do we prepare our child for examination? So like our new academic year has already started and it's been almost 2 to 3 months now. Most of the schools may have started examinations or the examination may be coming up. So this video is for almost all the parents with different age group of kids, verbal or non-verbal. Everyone can implement all the strategies which are being mentioned in this video. The main reason for recording this video was like I was just preparing a question paper for two of my students, and immediately it came to my mind that it was not just about the question paper that we have to work with the child, but there are a lot of things and a lot of strategies to be implemented with the child before we are bringing the examination in front of the child. So when these methods you can start as early as possible, because methods you could start as early as possible, and these are like live practical examples that I have tried with my son, and I'm just practicing with many of my students. So definitely it is going to help with your kids. So please watch the video completely, and if anyone is new to my channel, do subscribe and keep following. So first one, I would be starting with the beginner level examination, how the parents should practice at home so that the child can get a concept of examination. Like, so even if you haven't introduced a concept of examination to your child, do start with the first method that I'll be suggesting here. For beginner levels who haven't practiced or started the examination, you can first initially start with the whiteboard. So you have to prepare at least 2 questions, even if your child is good with the complex questions and everything, but don't make them to do the complex one initially, as we are just making them familiar with the examination. We want them to do the concept easily but independently. So here I have prepared a sample question paper, very simple level and the beginner level. So this you can start with the child who is like 4-5 year plus, but there are certain things you have to introduce here. The words exam. So the child is getting, even though child is not able to read the word completely, but the child is getting familiar with the word. So it would be like a sight word reading, exam. Now you have to give a space for name. You make your child to write his or her name here. Now very small kids, like if your child is just 4 years, if you wanted, you can initially for first 2-3 weeks you can read and give. The child would be doing by himself. So match, and the child will do matching. Draw, so the same triangle child has to draw here. Count, so the here, see, you are just going to read the heading, you're not going to help here. Even if your child is doing mistake, no problem, let them do the mistake. Correction we will be doing later. Let the child count and write everything. If your child is missing any area, not doing like your child is doing here and the child is missing this part, it's okay, let them finish it, and then you will give a reminder. Go through each and every question. If you have missed anything, you can write like the teachers do. No, for smaller kids they used to come, why didn't you write this? Right, this way you can give them reminder. See, this is for filling the blanks. So here the child has to write A, B, C, D, E, F over 1, 2, 3, same. Yes, so that was the first part of the video where any parent who is going to start first time examination for their child, do try the board method. Now if your child, like there are certain things that I wanted to mention for older age group, and we have next level of question paper also I'll be explaining. So like I said, there are few things to be followed here. Beginning of the academic year itself, as your child is learning one new concepts, like your child is learning about counting, reading, your child is learning to write, all these things should be directly you have to bring to the examination. You should be conducting the exams at home at least in a week. I would say at least 3 to 4 times. Do keep a exam time. So the more and more the child is getting familiar with the exams at home, they are getting a rehearsal how to do the same at school. Okay, if you have a play date with your neighbors kids, relative kids, during the play date time also 1 or 2 days you can keep for study time, exam time. So this would be giving a child, like in a group setting, how he has to be prepared to write an examination. There are more points coming up. I will be explaining in a group setting how the child has to do. I said to few of my parents, we have to start practicing on examination. So I have asked them to like you have to sit, you have to prepare a question paper and let the child do. So I have seen in the video that parents is very much curious that the child should not do mistakes. They keep correcting them even if the child is doing mistakes. So just imagine, there is no one going to come and stand with your child for examination, okay, in the school. So I have seen that like So in this what I want to convey, in the school, even though your child may have a special educator, special support and everything, but every now and then if you're correcting your child and the child is not making a mistake, then how could the child learn to self correct? Self correction skill is not being developed there. Before making a mistake itself, or while making a mistake itself, you're correcting them. So give time, let the child finish. After finishing the exam, like others, no, like other kids, you can go through the question paper again and mark wherever the child has done mistakes, and you could ask them, please write it again, write the correct answer here. You can teach them how it is, how the mistake has happened. Instead of this, what we could do, so it's okay, child will do mistakes, they are learning from mistakes only. Let your child do the mistake, you do the correction after finishing the examination. Next point is related to social story. I still remember when my son was 6 years old, and it was like immediately after COVID, his school started. He was 6 years, he was going to first standard. So it was mid of schooling, academic year, it was almost mid, and they started the schooling. So after a couple of days, they have declared offline examination. I think most of the parents have gone through that video I have uploaded. There is a social story video for offline examination. How did I prepare for my son? If you go through the very old video, you could come across that. So before you are expecting that examinations are going to come in school, parents must do social story with your child. How to do the social story is just take a paper, pen, and you just draw and write that today. You can even take the Google printout. You could even take the printout from the Google and stick it in a sequence way and explain the child that today after going to school there would be a prayer, then later we would be having a exam. So teacher would come, teacher may give you question papers, or teacher would write the questions on the board. So do try to get maximum information from the school how the examination is going to be conducted. The same pattern you will be trying at home also. And with the help of social story, you are giving a rehearsal and a role play to the child that how he is going to expect examination in the school. Okay, see, nowhere I'm trying to make anxiety related to exam to the parent or child. These all are the preparation we can do with our child. At least I would say, like, not on the month of exam, all this thing together on the month of exam. Rather, it would be better if you are starting in the beginning of the academic year itself. So you and the child is getting sufficient time to prepare for examination. Because in my group personally and during the call assessments, I get multiple queries from the parents. How should I prepare examination? How can I make my child to learn all this together? So that is not going to possible at last moment. These steps would be giving a proper idea to you and your child that how we can plan and prepare for examination. So with the help of social story, you will be explaining the child, like, this way we have to say it, this is how we have to write and everything. The role play can be done with the child, multiple time rehearsal can be done with the child, and child is getting a clear picture. Okay, coming to a most important strategy that I follow is calming down. Okay, now I hope many of the parents have seen my previous video on how do I prepare my son before study time. If you haven't seen, I'll be giving a link of the video in the description. Please go and check. So please go and check that video. So before examination or before study time, do try to prepare a calming down activity. So this is going to be a self-regulation skill that you're developing at very young age. So initially before examination also, you will be informing your child in a daily routine that after having your break today in study time, we are going to have an examination time. So till now, whatever you have learned, mama has prepared a question paper, or the question paper is there on the board. You have exam. Okay, before starting exam, first thing, sit and do deep breathing. So the deep breathing method and everything I have shared in the last video. So the same method you can implement. Deep breathing for 5 to 10 counts the child could do. Child can do the quiet time before starting the exam. Okay, it could be a prayer time, it could be a silent prayer, it could be a quiet time. Right? After this, the child would be, we are teaching the child to follow verbal instructions. Oral verbal instructions child has to follow. That means before starting any examination, you must have seen in schools, teacher used to give few instructions like you will be getting a question paper on the left hand side, right hand side, you have to write names, roll number, whatever it is there. So try to include all the small verbal instructions for your rehearsal at home also. Child is just sitting in a chair. Okay, you're just showing the question paper in the paper. You're just showing the question paper, or on the board you will be just giving a clear instruction that do this way, this way, this way, and the child is sitting and listening all this. Then child is going for exam. So, you just give the child the question paper and give 5 minutes to go through the question paper. Even if the child doesn't, even if the child is starting it immediately, you tell, okay, wait, just read all the question. If it is board also, no writing, just look at the question, observe it. So that preparation time has to be given to the child, because immediately rushing towards exam is all very much curious, excited, which may lead to mistakes. So let the child start all this very calmly and quietly. I am again repeating, these has to be given multiple time of rehearsal before starting the exam. Follow quiet time, follow prayer time, follow verbal instruction, following a child question paper and asking the child 5 minutes just to read throughout the question. Then the child will start examination, and this 5 minute reading the question paper is very much needed for all our kids who are like 10, 9 or older classes. They have to be following this step very importantly. I have set the alarm, bell will be ringing, so by the time the alarm rings, you have to finish the question paper and give the question paper to me. So this giving the question paper to parent would be a training for a child to handle the question paper to the teacher. Okay, they themselves should go and give the question paper to the teacher. These kind of strategies initially you have to practice with your child for exam time rehearsal at home. So I would say, like, this is what I practice with my students. In a week of 7 days, I ask parents to conduct examination at least twice or thrice to academics. All this together you can club in a question paper. Slowly you can start with 1-2 questions initially and then move on to multiple questions. Timing should be very clearly mentioned to the child, like half an hour, 1 hour. You can put timer. Very small questions, that if the question is very small, you can just give them 5 to 10 minutes and they will finish. Even if the child is finishing a little early also, no problem. They can just parents can correct it and say whatever mistakes is there, and then comes the appreciation. The correction part should be done in front of the child. After correction, give the appreciation. See, the appreciation is not for the score that the child is making by writing the exam, but the effort he is putting to sit and finish the exam, follow all the verbal instructions that you are given. So that has to be got an appreciation. So give appreciation to your child, clap, hug, star, and any kind of play activity, anything, play or toy, anything you could give according to your child's interest. Now if it is about the school examination, if your child is doing very good in the exams in the school, I am telling that this is not related to the mark, but it is related to the following of the strategies, how he is following all your instructions. If he is doing very good, please try to give a very good reinforcement, because they are putting lot of effort to learn all this thing. So for my son, he always used to tell me, like, after exam I want to go to movie. So these kind of reinforcement are going to make them very happy, not just for exams, but after exams also they would be trying to follow the same. So I would share one more question paper method in the notebook. You have to give test, because I have seen, like, most of the schools a class test or simple test they used to do and give in the notebook itself. So at home itself, like you're sitting for study time, you just give a couple of questions written in the notebook and the child would be writing it down. After writing the examination, you will be doing the correction. Later, during the month of examination in the school, prepare a lot of sample question papers in the A4 sheet for each and every subject, and give the question paper to the child, set timer, and you will be sitting. See, now coming to a most important thing is, parents used to tell, if I give the question paper to the child, he is like always wanted my prompt, my help. I should be sitting in front of the child. So that is why I have started with board writing test, then coming to note writing test, and then finally only I am making the child to do himself in the sample question papers. So all these steps would be helping the child build his confidence and reduce the prompt from you. make sure, see what I have seen is like parent, I have like few days back I have spoken to one parent, and she was telling my son does very good in the school, but when I sit with him he is depending on me for the teaching part. So it's all about like how we are giving the prompt to the child, and child is expecting that same prompt. Like some kids want the touch prompt, some kids just wanted to look our face for a confirmation that yeah, I'm doing correct. So all these prompts slowly try to fade off immediately after the concept is learned by that child, because the more and more you keep correcting your child, the more and more the child is depending on you. So I'm just not dragging too much, I'm coming to the notebook kind of test how you have to prepare. So this question paper pattern I have prepared for one of my student. So here, like you could see, I have given date, name, age. So initially it was just name for the board. Now here I want him to write date, name and his age, draw circle and triangle. The child for whom I am preparing this question paper, he is very good with the reading part. I want him to just read it by himself and write or draw. Now filling filling the blanks. See, as I said, it is not for only difficult question. Every time you prepare, give the simple one also and the complex one also. So I'm just giving a simple filling the blanks, matching. The child has to read and match with the correct word. So if it is apple, the child has to match here, banana, match here. See, I have drawn, no need of sticking pictures and everything. Make as simple as possible. Then now here, as you could see, counting, and then I have come to addition. So he could do multiplication also, but as I have said, it is an initial question paper for him. We are just giving more easy questions and little bit of difficult one he will be doing by himself. And then here, like I have given copy. So I have seen, like in my son's school, they used to give lot of handwriting copying activity for every test. So they give passage, they give word, sentence copying. So here the child has to read this and copy same word. So if it's ball, the child has to copy ball, pet, pet, doll, doll. The last one, once your child is able to do the test in the notebook, then you just prepare a question paper in the A4 sheet and give, let your child do independently and sit. See, when initially it is like I tell parents, like don't sit in front of them, rather you can sit behind them. Okay, you just be there in the room. And once you give like all these verbal instructions we are giving, you inform the child, like once you have finished, get up from there, give the question paper here, keep the question paper here, and you can go. So every week we are practicing this exam time. The more and more you are practicing, he or she will be getting more comfortable with exams. The child is getting more idea that what you are expecting from the child. And one more thing is, see, I would tell you very clearly, many of the child initially they don't know or they don't have importance towards exam. Though you are doing all this thing, after a particular age only the child start realizing that okay, my examination is coming up, I want to score more. If I am scoring more, the teacher would be appreciating me and everything. So all this thing together, it will not develop. We have to introduce the concept at different age. We have to keep practicing, and slowly the child will get aware about all the things that been mentioned. So that's it for the topic. I hope it's clear, and I hope that many of the parents would try all these methods. And if the video is helpful, please do drop messages in the comment section. It will be motivating for me, and keep following. Thank you for watching.